I wanted to come on and share with you my utter frustration and disappointment about the inexcusable delay of the Novavax vaccine approval and the Covaxin vaccine approval by the FDA. There's absolutely nothing scientific about it. The data is clear. The data is in front of our eyes. I'm a scientist, I'm a geneticist. I spent half of my life working in the lab, 8 a.m., 12 a.m., 8 a.m., 2 a.m., Monday through Sunday, and my PhD thesis is on gene therapy. I know how to work with all sorts of viruses. I have developed viral and non-viral vectors for the treatment of cancer. In my postdoc and faculty, I worked on CAR T-cell, cellular therapy. It's also now out there curing cancer patients. So we already know what mRNAs or the adenovirus vaccines were doing from 15 years ago, because we were seeing this in all the conferences. So you need to hear, everyone has to hear our voices as scientists. There is absolutely zero excuse not to approve, scientifically not to approve Novavax, Covaxin, as well as Corbevax. We need these vaccines, and we must stop to somehow coming on to media by these officials and somehow saying that these vaccines are alternatives. Let me tell you something scientifically. Alternative means if there's something standard and something outside of it is alternative. In this case, what is being labeled is mRNAs are standard and Novavax, Covaxin, Corbevax, those are alternative. This is scientifically absolutely nonsense. You cannot fool people because we know what it is. It is completely the opposite. Novavax, Covaxin, Corbevax, those are technologies that is being used in other diseases already, like the flu, like influenza vaccine, or in the HPV vaccine. So these are already being used. These are standard technologies. What is outside of it, what is alternative, are these mRNA vaccines and adenovirus vaccines. There's absolutely scientifically, in this regard, as well as from the data-wise, absolutely no reason not to approve these vaccines. There are millions of Americans, beside the fact that the half of the globe is still not vaccinated with the first dose. Beside that fact, put this aside. Let's talk about US Americans. US Americans have 100% funded all of these vaccines. We funded 100% these vaccines, these technologies. It is our right to get these vaccines into our arm. This is return of investment. We are the investors. The American people, the taxpayers, are the investors. And the ROI is put these vaccines into our arms. There are millions of Americans who have rare genetic disorders. We just passed the Rare Disease Day, correct? We talked about rare diseases. Millions of Americans have rare genetic disorders. There are so many different types of genetic diseases that we even never heard of. But it's a reality. It's a truth. There are so many people, millions of people who have chronic diseases, who have variety of conditions, medical conditions, which are hindering getting these mRNA or adenovirus vaccines. Besides, they might have PAG allergies or polysorbate allergies. Beside that, which can be life-threatening, but also others, when people writing to me from all over the globe about their rare genetic disorder, like rare diseases, you're like, oh my God, like how can you even go through life? This is so sensitive. And we cannot have people going through life with this amount of burden. On top of it, blocking these people from having a life they so deserve. People are in the lockdown for years now, only because they could not get vaccinated. They want to, but they could not. How many people writing to me, talking to me and saying, I want to get vaccinated, but I just can't take these vaccines. These vaccines can be life-threatening for them. Why is this so hard to understand? I know you get it, but there are other things in play. Let's talk about Pfizer pack. We know from the documents here, it's on Pfizer's website, Pfizer pack, campaign contributions. We do know that Pfizer make financial contributions, campaign contributions to not only U.S. House Representatives, Senate, but also state House and Senate representatives and candidates. Between 2017 and 2018, the number of Republican candidates and Democrat candidates supported by the Pfizer Pact was more than 2,200 candidates. But now, between January 2019 and December 2020, 950 Republican and Democrat candidates were supported by Pfizer Pack. This goes on and on and on. I'm very curious about the contribution between January 2021 and December 2022. So there is absolutely no excuse for that, and we need the Congress, the people's representatives, our representatives supporting us because we are the investors. We want our ROI. We want the vaccines in our arm, and we have to decide what we want. We have to have a right. We do have a right. Not have to have. We do have a right to ask for our money back with a vaccine. Our money is our tax dollars, and the return is the vaccine in our arm. So we need the Congress, our representative, our people's representatives working for us, and get the FDA approve Novavax and Covaxin and also Corbevax ASAP, like now. People need to have a life. People need to survive. People need to get out of this. From scientific point of view, the only way we can get out of this pandemic and help the economy grow is by having a vaccine, a protein-based vaccine, especially a inactivated virus that actually can eliminate all current and future mutations. We cannot wait for a pan vaccine. This is just like unexcusable. Even if the pan vaccine is being developed, this cannot be a mRNA based vaccine, period. I mean, what I have talked like for minutes now, it is unacceptable. Number one, we cannot wait for a pan vaccine. Number two, it is absolutely impossible to have it, if so, done under the technology of mRNA. Because if you do, then you will again have millions of Americans with medical conditions left outside of the street. We cannot let this happen. We all are taxpayers, and everyone must be treated equally. Everyone pays the taxes equally. Everyone must be treated equally. Healthy people, unhealthy people. Equality in healthcare is what I care about, and I hope you do too. And if you do, please support me in this. Please share this video to everyone and really tag all your House representatives, Senates in your area, in your local government, in the United States Congress. We must get these vaccines approved. I'm a scientist. I know what I'm talking about, and I know you can see it clearly, but we need to act. Thank you for all of your support. Equality in healthcare is all what we need.